That's where the Pelicans ruled out Zion Williamson for the remainder of the season. It marks the 4th time in his 6-year career that Zion will finish a season playing 30 games or fewer. Perk, are you feeling glass half full, half empty on Zion?
I'm feeling great about Zion.
Half full.
He looked good towards the end of the season, and now from what I'm hearing from my sources, he has a reset in his camp. You know, he hired the nutritionist. He got some people in his corner, new people in his corner, and he's looking forward to training and getting in shape, well, in better shape, coming back stronger next year. I feel good about Zion.
I know he was in and out of the lineup, but in the times that we got to see him, he finished the year strong.
Good.
All right, let's get to today's electric moment, brought to you by Hyundai. Tyrese Halliburton here, isolates Sabonis, drains the 3.
Guy he was traded for, right?
Nasty step back there.
Oh, they traded Tyrese Halliburton.
And then look, he's hyping up the Pacers crowd after that. And then here, 40 seconds left to play. Pacers still up 2. Halliburton, Siakam, little pick and pop. Siakam. Over top it. Halliburton doing a little dance, all smiles, dance moves for the Pacers. They go on to win 111-109. You know we had to ask about the dance after the game, right?
Got to.
James told him in D.C. that he liked that for his celly, because Pascal must have been doing it to some song. I saw the dance, and I was like, I want to get in on that. So that's all it is. You have to ask P and James, because that's their thing. But P sent me the song just a minute ago, whatever goes with the dance. So I'm gonna learn it. And I expect it to be a reoccurring theme throughout the rest of the year.
Yes, I am all for this. It's like the Minnesota Vikings doing coordinated dances after the games, but Danny Green, you have some experience. Breaking it down. You gonna go teach them some moves?
But they got a better one. These are way back when the old school moves were in fashion.
That's how we're going to end the show today. Let's get to some news now. The NBA handed 5 suspensions following the altercation between the Pistons and Timberwolves. 2 games for Isaiah Stewart, 1 game each for Ron Holland, Marcus Sasser, Naz Reid, and Dante DiVincenzo, all of whom were ejected for this brawl on Sunday. Minnesota plays tonight. The Nuggets. Detroit's next game is against the Thunder on Wednesday. So the Pistons, they currently hold the 5 seed in the East, just behind the Pacers, who are just 1 win or a Hawks loss away from clinching a playoff spot here. The Pacers, they also moved into 3.5 games back of the Knicks here for the 3 seed. The Knicks should be able to hang on to that number 3 seed here. But let's talk a little bit more about the Knicks. We're joined now by our ESPN senior writer, Chris Herring, who spent time recently on a deep dive into the tale as old as time. It's not Beauty and the Beast, but it's Tibbs and starters minutes here. So let's talk about it again here, Chris. What kind of toll is that workload taking on this Knicks team without Jalen Brunson?
I do think it is taking one for sure. This is a team that, if you remember Game 7 last year against Indiana, it was kind of a casualty ward, an injury ward of guys where they'd already had 3 guys that were out for the whole season at that point. And also Jalen Brunson fracturing his hand, OG Anunoby not being able to finish the game after trying to kind of make the Willis Reed moment 5 minutes in. And when you look at it, it's a team that Mikal Bridges leads the league in minutes. He's obviously an Iron Man, but several weeks ago he kind of opened the door to more concerns about this when he talked about the toll that the minutes can take on the starters and wearing them down. Josh Hart has been second in the league in minutes. There have only been 4 times in NBA history where you've had 2 guys from the same team lead the league in minutes. And of those 4 times, 2 of them were Tom Thibodeau. You might have a third of that this season where there are 3 times that it's been with Thibodeau and 2 for the rest of league history. So there's that part of it. There's the idea that Mikal Bridges has run about 60 more miles than the next closest guy from the Bucks, the next closest wing for the Bucks to do. If you talk about that playoff matchup happening, there's also the fact that there's not been a team since 1987 to lead the league in starters minutes to make the NBA Finals, Tom Thibodeau is the coach in NBA history with the highest win percentage who's yet to be to the NBA Finals. So there's correlations there. Whether it is a huge issue or not, time will tell, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it's stuff that's going to really propel them to find a new level in the next stage.
This seems like something that has become a little bit of a staple of Tom Thibodeau teams, rather. It's going to be interesting to see if that fatigue starts to catch up with them at all here in the postseason. It's a good thing that Jalen Brunson, in some ways, has had this rest, even though we know he wants to be out there on the floor. If you want to read more on Thibodeau's player philosophy, Chris's full article will be on ESPN.com on Thursday. Chris, thank you so very much for the insight here. Perk, 60 miles? But do you know how long that would take me to run 60 miles?
Whatever.
Longer, shorter than you. Let's talk about the Tibbs player approach here. What do you make of this? It feels like we have this conversation sort of every week with the Knicks. They keep on figuring out a way to win.
They are winning, but let me say this. Tom Thibodeau, like they say in the country, he's old and he's stuck in his ways. You're not going to change it. DG is not going to change it. I'm not going to change it. Mikal Bridges is not going to change it. Damn it, minutes. That's just Tom Thibodeau. Until he started to gain trust in the others, which has been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Right? Because now Jalen Brunson being out, now everybody is like, hey, Tibbs, I can actually do some things offensively. Now, all of a sudden, it takes the pressure off of Jalen Brunson when he returned, especially that damn OG Anunoby. I call him right now, he's looking like the 2025 version of Scottie Pippen, what he's doing on both ends of the floor. He just dropped 31 last night. And look, his defensive problems, we know what he does. 6'9", strong as an ox, sliding those damn puppies. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
Nah, they're balling, man. But I do have concerns with their bench and depth. But with Jalen being out, it has given them opportunity. Campaign, Deuce McBride, those guys get an opportunity to show what they can do. But there are some other glaring issues, and you won't see. It's hard to pinpoint it until Jalen Brunson comes back. But there's some other things lingering there that I'm not too confident in.
I wonder if PJ Tucker have something left in the tank. Like
that signing?
They did, right?
They brought him back.
Yeah, they
PJ Tucker brought him. Yeah, they brought him back.
Yeah.
They announced that yesterday. The Knicks, they're in action.
Bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình nhé. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô mò để cho các bạn có những phút giây thư giãn khi xem video của mình. Và để làm được video này mình cần chuẩn bị những dụng cụ như sau. Đương nhiên sẽ không thể thiếu được, đây là điện thoại để quay lại quá trình mình thao tác te. Và đây là bút sáp mỏ mình dùng để tô mỏ. Và đây là những sản phẩm được mình chuẩn bị sẵn để mình dùng để tô mỏ. Bây giờ mời các bạn cùng theo dõi quá trình mình tô màu và các bạn hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Thì tô màu các bạn. Nhưng mà không có gì để chuyện đấy. Nhưng mà lúc đây hôm qua về hai thứ khi nào lại đã đúng lúc rồi. Đúng thời gian là 12 phút đấy. Nó tiếp là khoảng 12 giờ nữa. Và lại 12 phút đấy. Đấy, tại không phải là vì chưa có gọi.